Hello, Vinyl community. I'm back to do a video. I've been upgrading my system a little bit, and I'm going to show you some pictures of what cartridge I have bought, and I also invested in a preamp. The cartridge, for everyone who's interested, is a Dynavector 10x5. I think you pronounce it like that. And this is a Torrens MM008. And yeah, it sounds great. And here's some pictures of this. So the first one is the cartridge, nice looking red thing, and then you have the preamp, which in my opinion really lifts the sound and brings forward the details, at least on this equipment. And I'm also showed you the speakers that I'm using, the focal, really good speakers. So now the system sounds terrific. And here's some pictures of my music room downstairs, or the nerd room as we call it here. We have all our board games and the record cleaner and the records are stuffed downstairs. But up here in the living room, I have the jazz section, so you can see there, and also the speakers and everything else. So yeah, and obviously getting new equipment, you have to try out a bunch of different records. So I've been playing like a mother the last week. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. First off, this morning I played Midnight Blue by Kenny Burrell, 1973. This is the French Blue Note presses from 90s, late 80s, I think. Sounded good. Still nothing to complain about. I guess that the music matters, or even the new Blue Note remasters that are out there would sound better, but yeah, this will do. Also, and I have to say, the cartridge, thank you, Anders. It's I mean, the recommendation of the cartridge came from him. We talked 2 weeks ago, and I said that my cartridge is going down, and he recommended this. He had tried that one out, then he changed to an even better one, and after reading scanning the internet for different reviews and opinions, I found it for a really, really good price at a store in Stockholm. Almost like 2/3 of the original price, so it was just a no-brainer buying that, and I'm so super happy with it. Next one, Moondog, a compilation record from Honest John's 2010. I think this was released. Actually, also a recommendation from Anders. Anders has influenced my listening for some years now. This is awesome. I stumbled digitally this week upon a song by Moondog called Bird's Lament. If you haven't heard that, check that out. It's on this one, quite famous with him, I think, which is a beautiful, beautiful little tune. Just 1 minute and 40 seconds long, something like that. 1964 was the year of point of departure with Andrew Hill. Killer lineup: King Dorham, Eric Dolphy, Joe Henderson, Richard Davis, and Anthony Williams on drums. Also the French repress. But this also sounds good. And the music is just fantastic. Definitely on my top 3 Blue Note records that I have in my collection. This was the first one I played when I got home with the new system after some local guys installed it. Miles Davis Kind of Blue. This is the music on vinyl reissue, 2LP set. I don't think I've ever listened to the second one on Green Dolphin Street. Alternate Take, Flamenco Sketches, Alternate Take, on Green Dolphin Street. Fuck it. And when I ordered this a couple of years ago now, it was bent. It had a bent corner. So I asked the guys at the store. I bought it, one of the biggest online stores here in Sweden, not a mom and pop store. I asked them. I said I want to play the record, and they had to send me another copy. They did, and they never registered the thing. So I just kept the record. So I have that one and a sealed one also. Yeah, breaking the law. Swedish Jazz Sax Appeal by Nils Lindberg's Septet featuring Lars Gullin. And this is the reissue of this one. Came out in 1960, and this is a 70s reissue on Telestar with a different cover. The first one, this is Killer Jazz from 1960. Lars Gullin, saxophone player, really good legend here in Sweden. They originally called themselves the Modern Jazz Orchestra or something like that. The modern, something like that. So the original release is with that kind of lineup or whatever you want to call it. But here, Nils Lindberg's Septet. Really good. Classic Swedish jazz. 1972. Yeah. Miles Davis on the corner. Try this one out also. This is a 90s reissue on BGO Records, but it sounded terrific. Nothing to complain about there. Classic Miles. I actually played it and said to my girlfriend that this was Miles Davis, and she didn't believe it. Because it's so different if you compare it to a kind of blue and stuff around that time period. Then changing to the more electric period, it's a total different thing. That's the thing with Miles, I guess. 1973? 73, yeah. Organic Music Society, I think it is the right word for this, by Don Cherry. This is from his Swedish period. I talked about this before, but it's such a beautiful record. And they do a cover of Terry's Tune by Terry Riley, and let's see here. I thought that they do a version of The Lord Has a Master Plan. The Creator Has a Master Plan, yeah, by Pharoah Sanders. 6 minutes long. Spiritual jazz. And I'm not a huge fan of spiritual jazz, but I can manage Don Cherry very well. This is the Caprice reissue from the 2000s. And so is this, 1973. 72 or 73. Afro Temple by Sub Martinez. 73, yeah. This is a classic. Percussion, Afro jazz, whatever you want to label it as. Stunning lineup with Okita Miss, I think, is on this one. Red Mitchell. Yeah, Steven Bernt Rosengren playing on this one. Also, this is a classic. I would really like to have an original on that, but yeah, maybe someday. Feels like a stone cold classic in the Swedish catalog. I had to play this too. I mean, the Sub Martinez is not a very well made repress, music-wise or sound-wise, but it's okay. And this is a well-made repress, but the sound is just so. It would be cool to have an original to compare it to. It's a very airy kind of sound on it, but Kvartetten som sprängde, Kattvals, 1973 also. One of those that this is one of those that I really would like an original, a nice original copy of this, because it's just one of my favorite records of all time. It's fantastic. And some more fusion jazz. pulled out this one. It's been a while since I played it. Pop Workshop Volume 2 with Tony Williams on drums, but also Wlodek Gulgowski, Mats Winding, and Janne Schaffer. Zbigniew Niemczowski is also on this. The two, I think, Polish guys. Zbigniew and Wlodek were the main driving force with Schaffer, I guess, on this Volume 2 and also Volume 1. I have to say now, playing both 1 and 2, I mean, the second one obviously has so much cool cover, but music-wise, the first one is better. But I really like the second one too. So, moving on to some other realms. I thought that the Pop Workshop Volume 2 it sounded good, but the drums are really in the back, and being a record with Tony Williams, flying him over here to do that session with those guys, why put the drums so like muted and so far in the back? You would think that they would drive that all the way forward in the speakers and being almost the main character, but no, he's really far back. Swedish prog, Stenblomma. Alla träd har samma rot. Just ordinary Swedish prog with really good music, but the vocals it's okay, but you know me, I like my Swedish prog instrumental. I scored this for just like, I don't know, 5 cents maybe, or something like that. I bought a crate with records for $7, and I have some of those records. I cleaned them and I threw them out on eBay to sell. Amongst them, loud cut version, original mono of Robert Soul, UK original loud cut, but in pretty bad condition. And I wrote that too, but I mean, can I get $20 for that, or 25? I can flip that for something else. It was so bad that I'm not going to play it on my equipment, but I mean, grading it like a G, playing like a G record. Yeah, Frank Zappa Hot Rats, 1969, I believe. This is the second press of this US press, and I think it's the second press because it has the sapped inner sleeve, amongst others. Probably the matrix number and label maybe, or something like that. But this is a killer giveaway. So second press, still from 1969, the sapped version. My favorite Zappa record. Sounded terrific on the new equipment. Kevin, thank you so much. It's been a while. Dr. Strangely Strange. Here's the note. And there's the record. Played some singer-songwriter stuff as well, just to test the equipment out. This sounded fantastic. Bright Eyes Casadega. And I also pulled forward my, I think this is a Swedish press. It's a Swedish press, but I've always had a hard time with this record because it never sounded as good as I wanted it to sound. It's Peter Gabriel's first solo record with, and I played the song Here Comes the Flood. One of the best songs ever fucking written. It's fantastic. But it's a little bit, feels like it's holding back in the production. It's just like sound coming out of the speakers. It hasn't got that kind of detail that you would like to have on such an epic song. I think that, and it may be the press, I don't know. Let me know if you know any presses that are really good sounding of this. I'll try to hunt it down, but comparing it to maybe Pink Floyd records from the same time period, I mean, German pressed, Swedish pressed, I think that those are much more dynamic in the sound. And I have a hard time playing Genesis records also, because I don't think that they sound good. There's nothing wrong with the music, but also pulled out my copy of Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac because of the song Everywhere. It has such a cool picking guitar in the beginning, and the bass is awesome, so it sounded great on the new upgrade. And also Dust in the Wind, this didn't sound as good as the other one, but yeah, Kansas. Played some metal too, and yeah, harder rock and metal does not, especially, I haven't played much old hard stuff yet, but new like 2000 material stuff sounds pretty bad on this system now. It sounded better before. It really pulls forward the details in every instrument, but when you have a digital mastered record where they didn't put in any love at all in the process of making it vinyl, all you have is just a wall of noise and sound. There's nothing there, it's just a wall. So I guess that like jazz and singer-songwriter and stuff like that early on sounds so much better than before, but new metal sounds even worse. Also played Into the Wild soundtrack by Eddie Vedder. This sounded fantastic. Both vocals and the guitar and ukulele really came forward. So awesome. And so did this on the beach with Neil Young. Really, really, really good. Everyone knows about this, but the inside of the cover is awesome. If you don't have On the Beach, get it. It's the best Neil Young record. 80s kind of press of Help. Didn't sound very good, but played well. Nothing wrong with the music, at least. I don't know if I showed this in my last video. I may have, but I bought the new Opeth record. And it's the 2LP limited picture disc version. And from before the upgrade, I could hear as soon as the record hit the picture part of the record, there were background noise. Very, very loud background noise. And it just continues on throughout the music. It's so bad. So bad. You can hear it really, really well. And once again, I mean, in my opinion, a little bit more detailed than the In Flames record, but it still doesn't have that kind of detail again, or dynamics, or whatever it's called. It's more just compact sound coming through. Played some Pekka Sträng. Thank you, Miko, for the recommendation. Kesema. Really good. It's the second or third time I'm playing this now, with Eero Koivistonen on soprano saxophone, and then there's a bunch of other Finnish players that I have no idea what they are. But this was originally released on Love Records. This repress from, I'm guessing, early 2000s, maybe, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Miko. This was before Svart Records began to put out a bunch of the Love Records stuff. Let's see, that. Played King Kong by Jean-Luc Ponty. Also sounded good. Maybe a VG Plus version of this. So a little bit of background noise on some parts. Plays fine. Cover is shit. Yeah, I think that's it. 20 minutes. So, yeah, that's all. Have a good evening.